What is up guys, mattriffmaster here. So today I'm going to be sharing some reasons with you guys as to why your amp may not be sounding so good. Now this is kind of based around people that have pretty good amps, pretty high-end amps, because we all know that these 10 watt beginner type kind of amps that some people can get, you know, are just really bad. But if you've got an amp that you think this is a good amp, why is it not sounding good? It might have sounded good at one point, but now you're thinking, what's happened? It's just not sounding so good anymore. Well guys, I've been through this and I'm going to be sharing these reasons with you as to why that has happened. So it's nothing to worry about. Your amp probably isn't broken. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to be sharing with you is, well, it's just not a Blackstar amp. So take note, you want a good amp sound, get a Blackstar amp. Yeah, that one was kind of a joke, but it's not a joke, it's kind of true. So get shopping for some Blackstar. No, I'm not being paid to say that either. I just love Blackstar and truly believe in Blackstar amplification. So guys, now on to the more serious reasons as to why your amp may be sounding not so good right now. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the settings. Now, you may have had a tone dialed in that you thought, wow, this sounds awesome. You've played through it loads. It sounds great. But one day you plug in, you start playing and you think, whoa, what the hell happened? This amp sounds like a load of shit. Well, it's simple. Just tweak the settings. Just tweak the settings. Your ear just may have become too familiar with that tone. It doesn't hurt to tweak it up a little bit, move some things around, and as soon as you've done that, you'll find, wow, that sounds good. I had it happen. One of my amps was sounding flat, it was sounding dead. I wasn't liking it, and then you just tweak, just the slightest tweak, and you'll start to hear something else that you like. So it's just that your ears just become too familiar with them settings, with that tone. So mix it up a bit, change it up, move the dials, find something else that you're gonna totally love, and you'll just be in love again with your amp and know that it's not broken. You just needed to tweak it a bit. Okay, so next up is something that I've noticed more recently, I think, when you're playing, is if you're, for example, if you've got a cabinet and an amp head like I've got the 4x12 100 watt heads, don't sit directly in front of it. Okay, I mean, I ever since I've had Blackstar, I've just got great tone after great tone after great tone, but a few times I've caught myself sitting in front of the cabinet and I thought, oh, it doesn't sound very good. But it does, because when I've moved, it sounds great. It's just when I'm sitting directly in front of it. So never sit directly in front of the speaker. You know, don't like have it here and be playing and think, oh my God, because it's not gonna sound great. So make sure you don't do that. Don't sit directly in front of the amp or the speaker. Because when it's like ear level like this, it's not that pleasant. It's a bit much. So that could be another reason why you think your amp doesn't sound great. Just move. So another reason that could be something that may need a genuine fix is if you've got a tube amplifier, one of the tubes may have gone. It can happen. You'll start to hear kind of a decrease in the output and some not very nice, pleasant sounds, and it won't sound as great. So there's some things to look out for if you need to replace a tube. Because you don't want to keep playing with a dodgy tube going on, because it is going to sound really bad and you're just going to do more damage. So always listen out for a decrease in output, some not very nice sounds that shouldn't be there. So if you switch your tube amp on and you can hear something that shouldn't be happening, I just suggest you take it to get fixed, because it may need some inside work. So that's always something to keep an ear out for when you're playing. Don't think that tubes last forever, because they don't. They could go just like that and you think, fuck. Okay, so always keep an ear out for dodgy sounds, because yeah, it can sound bad. So moving on to this next one that I, again, have experienced myself. As always, playing thing sounds great, but one day you think, oh my God, this doesn't sound like the same amplifier. And I've come to know that sometimes the room, things that you have in your room or things you don't have in your room, or if you move things in the room that you're playing, can actually affect the sound in a way. It's really complicated unless you actually do it. Oh, I remember once I was playing, I moved a few things around and it sounded completely different. One day I moved the amp to a different place in the room, it sounded different. So it's always going to sound different. So I guess, I'm not saying keep your room exactly how it is and never move anything, because that would just be stupid. But just be wary that if you do move a lot of stuff in the room you're playing, or if you move your amp to a different room or a different surrounding, you're going to get a different, not a different tone from your amp, but it's going to sound different because it's a different room, it's a different surrounding. So if you do take your amp from your bedroom or whatever and you go to like a small gig, and you think, well, this doesn't sound like it did when I was in my room. What voodoo is happening right now? Nothing. Just because you've moved it, all you need to do is retweak the settings and try and get back to kind of a sound that's going to work for your ears and work for the venue and the surroundings that you are in, which I think is a pretty good one, which I learned. So yeah. Just make sure you do that. So guys, there are a few reasons as to why your amp may be sounding really bad, or your tone has changed, or you've lost the sound. A lot of guitar players get that. I've lost the sound. Okay. Yeah, knobs on your amp might get moved accidentally. It happens. It does happen, but it's just a case of retweaking and reworking it. But those are a few reasons as to why your amp may not sound good or the sound may have changed. So remember to keep an eye out and an ear out and be wary of these things when it comes to your amplifier, because you don't want to think, oh, my amp sounds bad, I'm going to buy a new one, because you won't need to. That's money unnecessarily spent. Okay, so before you jump to the conclusion that your amp is broken or it's shit, try out some of these. And if all fails, and then maybe you need to look into getting a new amp. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I thought it'd be fun to share these things with you because it's problems that I've had that I've overcome, and I'm learning every day new things, which I'll obviously share with you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, that'd rock. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, come and join the Riffmaster family, hit that bell notification to be notified when I upload another video, because you don't want to miss out, because if you miss out, you're going to miss out on all the fun. So guys, thanks again for watching, and as always, rock out, be awesome, and I'll see you all very, very soon. See ya!